The Legend of Young Gobind Rai and the Two Gold Kangans. The young Gobind Rai, destined to become Guru Gobind Singh Ji, was a child of unparalleled wisdom and a luminous spirit, even in his tender years. Among the many gifts showered upon him by those who adored him, two exquisite gold kangans, bracelets, held a special place. These ornaments were bestowed upon him by his loving mother, Mata Gujari. While their intricate design and material value were meant to signify his stature and lineage, Gobind Rai regarded them differently. Though the kangans adorned his delicate wrists, their weight bore heavily upon his heart, not because of their physical heft, but because they symbolized material wealth, which held little meaning to his spiritually attuned mind. Nevertheless, out of respect for his mother and an earnest desire not to offend her, he reluctantly wore them, masking his discomfort with the grace and dignity of a noble soul. Mock battles on the riverbank. Gobind Rai, ever the leader of his devoted Sena, his band of childhood companions, often led them in imaginative play. On the banks of the mighty river Ganges, where the serene waters mirrored the vast sky, the young warriors engaged in reenacting epic battles. Their games, imbued with purpose and camaraderie, transformed the tranquil riverbank into a vibrant battlefield. On one such day, as the sun cast its golden glow upon the earth, Gobind Rai's Sena sought his guidance on a critical manoeuvre. They debated the distance their arrows would need to travel to fend off imaginary invaders aboard phantom ships that threatened their kingdom. Lacking a clear marker, Gobind Rai, with his innate decisiveness and clarity of thought, found an immediate solution. Removing one of the gold kangans from his wrist, he hurled it into the river with precision. "There," he declared, "that is where your arrows must reach to drive back the enemy." His Sena, emboldened by their commander's resolve, took aim and unleashed a flurry of arrows, achieving a triumphant victory in their imaginary skirmish. With the battle won and the enemy vanquished in their shared vision, Gobind Rai returned home, his mind still alive with the excitement of their heroic deeds. Yet he remained unaware of the ripple effects his actions would soon set into motion. The missing kangan. That evening, as the household gathered for their usual rituals, Mata Gujari noticed the absence of one of the kangans on her son's wrist. Concerned, she asked him where it had gone. With the innocence of a child, yet a hint of playful pride, Gobind Rai confessed. "I used it to mark the spot for our arrows during today's battle by the river," he explained with candour. Alarmed at the casual loss of such a valuable ornament, Mata Gujari chided him gently. However, Gobind Rai, wise beyond his years, responded with a calmness that silenced all reprimands. Quoting his father's teachings in Gurmakhi, he spoke of the futility of worldly attachments and the supreme value of devotion to the Lord's name. His words, uttered with the clarity and conviction of a prophet, left both Mata Gujari and his uncle, Kripal Chand, speechless. The search for the kangan. The following day, Kripal Chand, a man of wisdom and practicality, decided to retrieve the lost kangan. Accompanied by several household servants and the ever-curious Gobind Rai, he made his way to the riverbank. There, Kripal Chand asked his nephew to point out the exact spot where the kangan had been thrown. Gobind Rai, unfazed and confident, did something that left everyone in shock. Removing the second gold kangan from his wrist, he flung it into the river. "There," he said with a casual air, "now you will find the first one too." Kripal Chand and the others stood in stunned silence, their disbelief mingled with awe. Before they could react, one of the servants, driven by instinct, dove into the river, determined to retrieve the ornaments, the cavern of treasure. As the servant plunged into the depths of the Ganges, an extraordinary scene unfolded. Instead of murky waters and shifting currents, he found himself in a cavern of unimaginable splendour. The walls of the cavern were adorned with dazzling gemstones, their brilliance illuminating the underwater sanctuary. Diamonds sparkled like radiant stars, and jewels of all hues and sizes created a mosaic of indescribable beauty. At the heart of this opulent trove lay the two kangans, gleaming with a serenity that matched the cavern's ethereal glow. The servant, overwhelmed by the sight, felt as though he had stepped into a divine realm. Shielding his eyes from the brilliance, he carefully retrieved the kangans and emerged from the river, trembling with awe. When he returned to the riverbank and presented the kangans, Kripal Chand and the others were speechless. Their astonishment deepened when the servant recounted the incredible vision he had witnessed beneath the river's surface. Mystical revelations. Eager to verify the servant's story, others attempted to venture into the river's depths. However, they found only the river's strong currents and an ordinary riverbed adorned with aquatic vegetation. The treasure-laden cavern remained elusive, hidden from mortal eyes. Frustrated and awestruck, they returned to the bank, realizing that what had transpired was no ordinary event. The revelation of the underwater treasure, visible only to one, underscored the divine aura that surrounded young Gobind Rai. His actions, seemingly simple and childlike, carried profound spiritual significance. A Tale for the Ages. The legend of the two gold kangans became another luminous thread in the tapestry of Gobind Rai's extraordinary childhood. To those who witnessed these events, it was clear that he was no ordinary child, but a vessel of divine purpose. His wisdom, fearlessness, and connection to the divine foreshadowed the greatness he was destined to achieve. As the story of the Kangans spread, it became a cherished tale among the people of Patna and beyond. It was not merely a story of a child's playfulness, but a testament to detachment from worldly possessions and an unwavering faith in the higher truths of life. In time, Gobind Rai's teachings and actions would inspire countless souls, guiding them toward a life of courage, compassion, and devotion. The legend of the Kangans would be recounted through generations, not just as an anecdote from his childhood, but as a parable of spiritual wisdom and divine grace. Thus, the episode of the two Kangans stands as a beacon of Gobind Rai's early life, a life destined to illuminate the hearts of millions as Guru Gobind Singh Ji, the 10th Guru of the Sikhs, and an eternal source of inspiration for humanity.